Of course, when I turn the camera on to record, that's when a helicopter's
like, "Hi, bitch. How you doing?"
Hey there, morbid maniacs. It's time for another spooky video. And for tonight's spooky video, we're going to be talking all about the McPike Mansion. Now, before I get into this video, I just wanted to apologize for the fan which is blaring. The fan which is blaring in the background, and also that helicopter, like I said, as soon as I pressed record. So yeah, let's get into the video. Located in Alton, Illinois, the McPike Mansion was built in 1869 for Henry Guest McPike. McPike was a businessman and an inventor. He owned a vineyard and perfected the McPike grape. He was also heavily into politics, becoming one of Alton's mayors for 3 years. He was even known to be very close friends with Abraham Lincoln, and he was actually by his side when Lincoln found out about his election for presidency. The mansion during its prime featured 11 marble fireplaces and beautifully carved stairway banisters. It had 16 rooms and a vaulted wine cellar. On the outside, it was home to orchards, gardens, rare trees, plants, and shrubs. The McPikes owned 15 acres of land, which they called the Mount Outlook Park. In 1866, during the mansion's construction, Henry's wife, Mary, gave birth to their son. He unfortunately did not live to see his 4th month. It was only 9 months later that Mary herself had passed away, to what some believe was a broken heart. Henry McPike passed away in 1910. The home went through several hands until 1936. Being passed down from generation to generation. Many generations of the McPike family were said to have lived there. Shortly after, the building became abandoned and vandals began coming in and stealing things that were of great worth. It wasn't until 1925 when a man by the name of Paul Lochinger, hopefully I'm saying his name right, purchased the mansion. It was home to the Brown Business College, and Paul had also rented out rooms to become a boarding home. It was during this time that tenants started complaining of strange occurrences. Throughout the late 30s and 40s, residents of the McPike Mansion claimed to hear laughter and giggling of children when there were no children present. And 2 of these claims came from Lochinger's, I'm just going to call him Paul. 2 of these claims came from Paul's 2 adult stepsons themselves. Paul passed away in 1945. The home grew vacant. Windows were broken, paint began to peel, the iron fence began to rust. It took on a very menacing and creepy appearance. In 1994, Sharon and George, their last name I'm not going to be able to pronounce, so I'm going to put it on the screen, purchased the mansion. They had hopes of restoring it to a beautiful bed and breakfast and historical landmark. It wasn't long after moving in, however, that they began to experience paranormal activity for themselves. Sharon had claimed that 4 days after they purchased the mansion, that she had a dream of her grandmother coming to her and telling her that it was all gonna be okay. One day, while she was in the front yard gardening, she had glanced up into one of the windows on the 2nd story floor, and she had seen a man who was dressed in old attire staring down at her. She claimed that he was wearing a tie and a striped shirt. The 2 of them had locked eyes for a moment until he vanished. After doing research, she discovered a photo of Paul where he was wearing similar clothing. Sharon also said that she tripped on a loose floorboard, and it was almost as if something tugged her back, trying to keep her from falling. A widely known spirit of the McPike Mansion is a former servant named Sarah Wells. It wasn't until a gentleman stopped by the mansion and he had dropped off some books which he had removed from the mansion 17 years prior. One of the books had the name Sarah Wells written on the inside of it. Since then, Sharon has been touched, actually hugged, by this spirit, and Sarah is known to hang out in the attic where you'll sometimes get a whiff of her lilac perfume. The mansion is now known for its paranormal occurrences and haunting appearance. There have been hundreds of paranormal accounts and experiences in and around the mansion. Many passers-by have claimed to have seen faces looming out of the windows looking down at them. Photos show orbs, balls of light, figures appearing in windows, which were not present when the photos were taken. That's how I found out about the McPike Mansion, is I seen this photo, which was really creepy, of like all of these like ghostly faces staring out of a window. Some have felt the sensation of being touched, while others have heard the scraping of the metal doors across the floor, which were said to have moved all on their own. Flashlights are said to die out unexpectedly. Lights will flicker. Doors have been slammed shut. There have been ghostly whispers, footsteps, and whistling. Items will vanish. Child spirits are known to set on the laps of visitors within the wine cellar. And the wine cellar is known to be one of the most haunted spots within the McPike Mansion. Psychics report feeling a surge of energy in it, and also the presence of Henry McPike himself. Henry is said to appear as a shadow which is darker than dark. There are said to be at least 10 spirits which still reside within the McPike Mansion. And some of these spirits are believed to be the ghosts of Native Americans from a possible underground railroad stop. There's also said to be a cook in the kitchen and the strange death of a woman in a bathtub, which I couldn't really find too much information on the woman in the bathtub. The mansion also has its very own graveyard. The structure is on the National Register of Historic Places and has been featured on many paranormal shows, such as Ghost Adventures, Scariest Places on Earth, and more. It has been the site of many paranormal investigators and enthusiasts. The house is now open for ghost tours to anyone who is brave enough to visit. So there was the story of the McPike Mansion. What do you guys think of this spooky place? Have you ever visited there, or would you ever visit there? I for sure would. You guys know me. I was seeing pictures and doing research for this place. I was like, wow, this place is beautiful. Like, I would love to live there. Like, it is absolutely gorgeous on the outside. And the fact that it's haunted and has its very own graveyard is just a plus for me. So let me know what you guys think, and I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please give me a big ol' thumbs up. Subscribe to my channel if you have not already, and become Morbid Maniac. Be sure to hit that bell notification, that way you get notified every single time I upload a new video. And if you were not aware already, which I'm pretty sure by now you are aware, that I now have an OnlyFans account where I will be posting all of my sexier content. So if you're interested in that, the link is always in the description box below, so you can go check that out. One of my subscribers actually mentioned to me that the link was not working. I don't know if it has something to do with YouTube or what. But if the link doesn't work, all you've got to do is go to OnlyFans, like type it into your browser yourself, onlyfans.com/mellybeans with a 3 instead of an E. And I love you guys so much, and I will see you in my next video.